Today I'll share 5 signs to know it's time to change careers and find your purpose. Make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to share something to ensure that you actually see the signs. If you tend to be someone that's always in your head thinking, you may miss the signs even though they're there. So I'm going to share something at the end that's going to help you see the signs but also interpret them. Hey, I'm Ana Davila. My mission is to help people find more purpose and fulfillment in the work that they do and ensure that it is aligned with their soul. Sign number 1 to know that it's time to change careers and find your purpose is that you are over-consuming. And over-consuming as a subconscious act to try to fill the void of purpose. This can mean over-consuming by buying a lot of things that you want and you don't necessarily need, therefore burning through your money. It can be over-consuming on foods that do not serve your body, over-consuming on substances that are both detrimental to your mental and physical health, over-consuming people. That means entering into relationships, trying to fill that void and realizing that void isn't filled and therefore you remove yourself from the relationship and you do this over and over again. I want you to notice this week coming up, where are you over-consuming? Just notice if there is an area of your life that you are over-consuming. Sign number 2 to know it's time to change careers and find your purpose is experiencing emotional chaos. Emotional chaos is you having way more ups and downs that you normally would. Now, ups and downs are definitely part of the human experience. They are normal, but I'm talking about emotional chaos where it is so out of your baseline. You keep having emotional ups and downs and they seem to be very hard to navigate, and also you can't really predict them. And some of the lows include the emotions like feeling really sad or really angry, feeling trapped. Trapped is a big one, feeling empty, and it feels like it's coming out of nowhere. Now you're able to push it away and be good for a little bit, but it comes back, and that's why you're having these ups and downs. If this is one of the signs you're experiencing, it's going to be really helpful to document the actual emotion that's coming up in a journal so that you can process it at a later time. Sometimes these emotions will come up in very inconvenient times, right? When we're trying to adult, when we're trying to do life, and we can very easily push it away, right? But it's really important to process it, so it's really good to document it and then process it later. If you want me to make a video on how to process these difficult emotions, which are one of the signs that you get to pivot careers and find your purpose, then let me know in the comments and I will absolutely do that. Sign number 3 to know it's time to change careers and find your purpose is this rising feeling of unfulfillment. Now, I know that this sounds a little obvious, but hear me out. If the work that you're doing is not fulfilling you, it's time to pivot. And this is my truth right here. Even if you're good at something, if it doesn't fulfill you, pivot. Even if your family, friends, community are so proud of the work that you do, if it doesn't fulfill you, pivot. Even if you dedicated a bunch of time and energy and money towards the career that you currently have, if it doesn't fulfill you, pivot. Here's the thing. You get to do work that you love. Work that fulfills you, work that creates a positive impact on other people's lives, work that utilizes your gifts, work that is in alignment with your soul. This may make others uncomfortable, but that rising feeling of unfulfillment is your soul's way of telling you, hey, it's time. It's time to step into your soul work. Sign number 4 is something that you should 100% make sure that you go to a doctor, get a workup. But if there isn't an actual diagnosis, then consider a physical manifestation from being unhappy with the work that you do. Disclaimer, I am not here to diagnose you. Always make sure you check in with your doctor if you're having any type of symptoms and signs in your physical body. But something that I experienced was an increase in the amount, so the frequency and also the intensity of my migraine. I've experienced migraines my entire life since I can remember, but there was a certain season of my life when I was starting to realize that I'm not fulfilled with the work that I chose. And is there something else? But I was trying to ignore it because that's another video. But my migraines got worse. I went to the doctor, everything was fine. And so I decided, okay, I'm gonna experiment. What if this is a physical manifestation that is a sign that my soul's trying to send me that I'm not doing my soul work? The moment I said, okay, soul, source, God, universe, I'm open to pivoting careers, my migraines improved. They didn't go away, but they went back to their baseline in the intensity and also the frequency. Our body holds so much information. We aren't really taught to pay attention to our body. We tend to pay more attention to our mind, but our body generates so much energy. It has so much wisdom. There's so much there. And all of that impacts our life. Try this experiment. Even if you don't have any physical manifestation signs that are showing up for you, just try this, right? The next time you're meditating or the next time you're journaling, ask your body what it has to share with you. Ask your body, what is it you want to say to me today? What are you trying to communicate with me today? And see what comes up. After that, I want you to come back to this video and let me know in the comments what your experience was. I know that for me, I did so much mindset work at the beginning of my journey, and it's great, but I hit a cap. There was something that just wasn't clicking until I started to go into the body and actually acknowledge all the stuff that's in here, which, by the way, for me personally, it was a lot of trauma. I was able to rationalize the trauma, but my body was holding it in a way that was holding me back from doing the things that I loved, and holding me back from my confidence level, and holding me back from my gifts. And so when I started to tap into the body, that's when things really started to change for me. When I actually started to experience energy versus hearing about people that experience energy. When I actually started to experience my intuition versus just hearing people connect and work with their intuition. Entering the body was so supportive for me. So let me know how that goes. And lastly, sign number 5 is a gut feeling. This is something inside of you telling you that there's something missing, right? This can show up as a knowing. It can show up as a visualization, as a smell, as a sound. It's something that can be very personal to you, but it's this inner gut feeling of knowing that there's something else. This, however it shows up for you, is your intuition nudging you. Your gut, your intuition is always guiding you towards a life that you truly desire on a soul level, on a human level, on all the levels. And you are also worthy of a life where you experience fulfillment, joy, growth, utilize your gifts, impact others in a positive way, learn, and also do the soul work you came here to do. Trust your intuition, trust your gut. Your intuition is your divine compass that is always, always pointing you towards the truth. Unlike your mind that is ruled by trauma, programming, limiting beliefs, your intuition is ruled by your higher self, God, source, universe, soul, and knows exactly what you're capable of. I highly recommend you connect with and strengthen your intuition, because that is an asset that's going to serve you the rest of your life in all aspects of life. At this point, you know if you've experienced 1, 2, or all of these signs, and once you know, you can't unknow. But it's up to you to take aligned action. If this video was helpful, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out so much, and it also helps you out so that you don't miss out on more videos like this. Also, let me know in the comments which sign you've experienced. I'll see you on the next one.